Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into something that is really shaking things up for anyone who works with data. We're going to take a look at Power BI Copilot and how this AI is basically becoming a new team member for data experts.
So let's just start with this idea. What if you could literally talk to your data and it actually answered back? Imagine just asking a question in plain English instead of writing all this complicated code and boom, you get an answer. That's the amazing promise we're going to unpack today.
Okay, so to really get why this is such a game changer, we have to talk about a huge challenge that pretty much every data analyst deals with. Behind every single chart or graph you ever see, there's this foundation. And you'd be surprised at how fragile that foundation can be. So what is this foundation? It's called a semantic model. The easiest way to picture it is like a blueprint for your data. It's this invisible map that tells your software, Power BI in this case, exactly how everything connects. How sales data talks to product data and how that connects to customer data, all those relationships.
And here's the crazy part, and honestly it's a little scary, that blueprint is everything. If you make just one tiny mistake in how you connect those dots, like one single relationship is off or one calculation is wrong, the whole report can be completely inaccurate. The stakes are super high.
The way we've always done this, the old way, is, it's a grind. It's this super manual, slow process. You have to meticulously clean up all the raw data, then you have to figure out all the relationships by hand, and then you have to write all this complex code. It takes a ton of time, and frankly, you have to be a real expert to pull it off.
So what if you could just have an expert assistant on your team to help with all that? Well, that's exactly where Power BI Copilot steps in. And it's important to know, it's not here to replace anyone. It's designed to join the team to be a really, really powerful partner.
So what does this AI assistant actually do? Well, for one, it skyrockets your productivity by taking care of all those boring, repetitive tasks. It also helps bridge skill gaps, right? So you don't have to be some kind of coding wizard to get things done. And the big one, it makes data something that pretty much anyone in the organization can use.
All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of how this thing actually works. We're going to see how Copilot helps build that super important data blueprint, how it takes messy, raw data and turns it into a rock-solid foundation for your reports.
Basically, Copilot helps out in three key ways. First up, it helps get your data ready. Second, it helps you set up the model itself. And third, and this is the really cool part, it helps you ask questions of that data using a language called DAX, but with a really interesting twist.
Any good data analysis starts with clean data. It's just a fact. Garbage in, garbage out. Copilot can jump right in and automate a ton of that cleanup. We're talking fixing missing values, renaming columns, getting everything formatted just right. It's literally like having an assistant to do all that tedious prep work for you.
Okay, so once the data is clean, you have to structure it the right way. And the gold standard for this is something called a star schema. Just think of it like organizing everything around a central hub of your most important facts with everything else branching off. Copilot is great at helping you set this up, and it's absolutely the best way to get fast, accurate reports.
All right, now we get to the part that feels like actual magic. Once you have that solid foundation in place, Copilot totally changes the game for how you interact with your data. We're talking about a shift from writing complicated code to just using plain English.
Let's put ourselves in the shoes of a business analyst for a second. We've got a pretty simple question we need an answer to. Who is our best salesperson when it comes to selling accessories? It's a straightforward question, but a really important one for the business.
So instead of firing up a code editor, we just type this sentence right into Copilot. And look at it, it's just normal English. It's exactly how you'd ask a coworker for that info. No weird syntax, no technical jargon, just a simple, clear question.
And boom, this is where the magic happens. Behind the scenes, Copilot takes that simple sentence and translates it into the complex DAX code that, honestly, would usually take an expert to write.
And just like that, there's your answer. A perfect, clean table. Looks like Linda Mitchell is the top performer for accessories. Think about that. We went from a simple question to a precise data-backed insight in, seconds.
But wait, it gets even better. It's not just a question and answer machine. Copilot can actually be proactive. It can be like a creative partner, suggesting brand new ways to look at your data, things you might not have even thought to ask.
For instance, you can give it a prompt just like this, asking it to suggest new calculations, or measures as they're called, to get deeper insights. You're pretty much just asking your AI partner, hey, what else is interesting in here? What should I be looking for?
And check out what it comes up with. It's suggesting new things to track, like the average profit for each product or average sales per reseller. I mean, these are super valuable insights that can help a developer build a way more detailed and useful report.
So when you step back and look at all this together, it's pretty clear we're not just talking about a cool new feature. This is a massive shift in how data analysis actually gets done. It's a whole new way of working.
Yeah, this slide really just lays it all out, doesn't it? The difference is night and day. We're moving away from our process that was manual, slow, and frankly, only for a handful of experts, and we're moving towards something that's automated, fast, accurate, and opens the door for so many more people to get involved.
And that is the key takeaway. This is about so much more than just making the experts faster. This is about democratizing data. It's about giving more people in a company the power to build with data, to ask their own questions, and to find their own answers without needing to be a data scientist.
So that leaves us with one last, really exciting thought. When you make it this much easier for people to work with data, when you put these kinds of powerful tools into the hands of, well, everyone, what happens next? What amazing new questions are we going to start asking when anyone can just talk to data and get an answer back?